Sonia, your speech was about leadership. Her goal was to tell us a story about her journey to finding out the leader she is and the leader she has become. It was a beautiful story. It had all the elements of a great story. It started in the beginning, it went through the middle, and it got to the end. She had some highs and she had some deep lows. And these are all the great parts of great storytelling. We learned about when she was in school, how she was the perfect student, the good girl with the good grades, and how she had bureaucratic leadership. Teacher, that person is making a noise. Teacher, that person didn't do the homework. Teacher, bureaucratic leadership. And then she tells us that she went to university and she became a leader of a student organization, and she was a successful leader. So successful, in fact, that she started a club. And so the journey continues into her career, where finally, as a leader, she fails. And she takes on this beautiful journey to the end, where she realizes that the art of leadership is communication, compassion, and finding your secret weapon, which in her case was information, and using it as a strength. So they had all the elements of great storytelling, which was the goal. But I want to help you make it better. Sonia, you tell great stories, you give great speeches, but your biggest weakness, and yes, I know you are young, and I know you are cute, but on this stage, what matters is connection. Creating that connection with people. And the way we create connection with people is we need to take them on a journey. So the kind of the way you came up here, you just came up here and kind of just started, well, my speech is about leadership, and I did this survey on Toastmasters website, and it said I'm this kind of leader, and then I went to school, and don't tell the story like this. This is like lecturing to us. Take us on a journey that tells us that story in a beautiful way. And I would suggest you start with something shocking maybe. You could start with, I took that survey on Toastmasters website and it was rubbish. It was all lies. It didn't fit who I was. And then take us on the journey to the leader you became. You could start it in different ways. You could also use the stage better to create that journey. You could start on this side as when you were in primary school, when you were in school, and the leadership experiences in school. Then you could move to the middle for university, and then you could move to the end for when you were in your first job. But the most important part of creating connection is when you're going on those highs and those lows. For me, the speech was so flat. It was just going at the same pace, with the same voice, with the same intent the whole time. When there were those moments of joy and happiness, it just felt the same as those moments where there was deep sadness. And the way we create connection is by expressing those emotions. It's like when I was at work and I failed and I didn't know what to do. And my boss came up to me and told me that I'm doing a bad job creating connection with emotion. Not just holding it at the same pace, not just holding it at the same level. So what I want you to do is to work on creating connection. And when you're creating connection, take us on a meaningful journey that will take us from the beginning point to the end point, with all the highs and all the lows. Create connection. Generally, go to